As I've studied this concept of wealth and what we could do, there are 4 pillars that stick out to me, right? The first pillar is credit. Second pillar is business formation. The third pillar is investments. And the fourth pillar is estate planning. Peace and blessings. My name is Trinity, and on this channel, I talk about my journey through African spirituality and self-improvement. Today, we got a topic of money, a topic of business, right? How do we build wealth as Black creatives? I know for myself and other independent creators that if we had access to wealth, if we had access to more capital, more cash flow, that would make our lives a lot easier. As I continue to embark on this journey of independent and intentional creation, I realize the role that capital will play in the type of projects that live within my heart to manifest require capital. And that's just, how it goes. As I've studied this concept of wealth and what we should do or what we could do, there are 4 pillars that stick out to me, right? The first pillar is credit. The second pillar is business formation. The third pillar is investments. And the fourth pillar is estate planning. Now, number one, when it comes to credit, right? Credit is important on a personal level first because it can open you up to take advantage of opportunities faster than you would be able to if you were just saving up, at your 9 to 5. And of course, there's risk that come with using credit cards, personal credit to invest in business ventures or in creative ventures, but it only matters where you put your values. But as a creator, credit can be a shortcut for you to gain access to the tools that you need to be able to amplify your creativity, to be able to jumpstart different projects that you may be working on, right? The second pillar of business formation is an important one. In the early stages, having something like an LLC can put you in position to then take advantage of things like business grants or business credit, right? So again, we're talking about getting access to capital. But in later stages, when we do have cash flow coming in and we, may have a team or just more financial responsibility, then having a business entity really comes in handy when it comes to taxes and things like that, separating your business finances from your personal, right? So it's a matter of organization. Forming an LLC in itself is also a really good mindset shift, right? A mindset shift from not only is my creativity in the creations that I make for myself and for my journey, but now it's bigger than me. It's about a message, it's about a mission, it's about a vision that I'm sharing with a community. And that's an important mindset shift if we seek to make a living off of our creativity. Nowadays, as a creative person, we don't really have the luxury of only being a creator. We have to be a salesperson, we have to be a marketer, right? We have to know how to negotiate, etc., right? We have to have these business skills, and to have an LLC or some other formation gives you the legitimacy behind those skills. Pillar number 3 of investments is where we get into letting our money make money for us, right? Investments is where we get to begin to buy the most valuable resource, which is our time. As a creator, to have your money working for you on the back end and not having to trade your time or your skills to make money puts you in a position to where now you have all the time that you need to do what it is that you're passionate about, to do what it is that your heart is really calling you toward, right? Because that is the life of the creative. It is to follow our hearts. But when we have these financial burdens and responsibilities, sometimes we feel that we can't listen to it. And the fourth pillar is that of estate planning, right? This is important in a long-term sense, right? I'm a pretty young guy. Some of you may be pretty young, 20s, 30s. But to start now thinking about when I transition to being an ancestor, how can I set myself up? How can I protect the fruits of my labor so that when I do transition, my family can be empowered and everything is in order, so that that transition for them is not stressful, but something where they can be elevated in this life, right? So having things like insurance policies and maybe a trust set up are some of the things that we can get into when we're talking about estate planning, right? To protect ourselves from having our assets locked up when we transition by the government, right? Or locked up in probate, but rather being able to be passed down more smoothly through a will, a trust, and all of our debts being taken care of by our life insurance, our funeral costs being taken care of by our life insurance policies, right? And just giving our family, a foot forward. As a creator, and specifically as a creator who is drawn to dedicate your life to creation, I believe that we are really here to transmute the energy of our bloodlines, right? Into positivity, into prosperity, into gold, so to speak, right? All the things that our families have gone through, all the things that we have gone through as Black people, as melanated people, to be able to transmute all of that experience into a positive life, right? To be able to pave the way for the people that come after us. But yeah, man, if you're a creator, a Black creator, and you're doing this independently, it is really important for us to really start, if you haven't already, to familiarize ourselves with different business concepts, different financial concepts. Because I know it wasn't necessarily natural for me. I always wanted money, right? I always wanted to be wealthy or, have prosperity. But, I never looked at my art in that way, right? But now that I'm in a point in my life where I'm like, art and creativity is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, how do I make a living off of it? And how do I not be a quote unquote, starving artist, but rather an artist that is prosperous, right? But in order to do that, it takes the mind of entrepreneurship. It takes an understanding of finances. So that's something that I'm learning and that I want to share with you all as I move along. So with that said, wishing everybody peace, blessings, and prosperity. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.